Hello, everybody, and welcome to our GCU Live campus tour. I am your host, Caleb DeWart, a former graduate of GCU and just somebody who loves this place more than most things, probably more than anything on this world except my mother. I am so passionate about just being a Lope here, and I'm so excited to be your host once again on our GCU Live full campus tour. Just a little background on what you're going to experience today. Well, you're going to see our campus, but I want to encourage you, folks. I want to challenge you, if you will. Every place you go to, every college, every university, they have a nice campus. And you're going to see that today here at Grand Canyon University. But one thing here at GCU that we have more than most is the opportunity to grow inside the classroom, but more importantly, grow outside the classroom through things like social involvement, clubs on campus, student government, business degrees, business programs, business canyon challenges that we have, like a Shark Tank. You're going to hear from guests today that show you what's outside the classroom is just as, if not more important than inside the classroom. Today, you're going to see 4 different locations on our beautiful campus that show you how Grand Canyon University continues to invest on our campus for our students. But also here on our GCU Live campus tour, I'm going to be joined by 2 guests, one from our business program and one who is a Latino Student Union president. 2 people that just have such an amazing and different background here, but they love their experience just the same. Throughout this time, please ask questions in the chat box as we're streaming this live to YouTube and Facebook. Ask questions, we'll make sure to reply to them, if not answer them out here on our live. We're so excited for today and for this tour. Make sure if you have any questions, put them in the chat box like I said. Guys, I'm Caleb DeWart. I'm so excited to host for you guys, and I can't wait for you guys to see how this place is the best place to maybe find your purpose. Let's send it out to Stefan at CCOB right now.
All right, thank you so much, Caleb. What's going on, guys? My name is Stefan Cattermole. I'm going to be your tour guide for this first portion of our GCU Live tour. I'm a Christian Studies major here at GCU. I absolutely love my academic career so far, and I'm excited to show you guys around campus a little bit, tell you guys a little bit about the academics. And right now, we are actually in our Colangelo College of Business. You guys may be asking yourself, why do you call it the Colangelo College of Business? It's because there's this man named Jerry Colangelo. Also, you may be asking yourself, who is Jerry Colangelo? He was the owner of the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Phoenix Suns, and the Chicago Bulls at one point. He's involved in Team USA basketball. He's responsible for getting the dream team together and everything. So he is just a super huge proponent of kind of what we're about here at GCU. And he's obviously very successful having owned those basketball teams. And so he's just a great example for us as students at this Christian university on what it looks like to actually go out into the real world, into the field, and be successful in business, but also remain standing to your Christian values and everything. So he's just a super awesome guy, really great, and has donated a lot to this university, and he also teaches a master's course, so he's just very involved here at Grand Canyon University. So we built our College of Business in homage to him. Just an amazing guy, and we're going to kind of walk through our College of Business and just kind of show you guys some of the things that we have to offer with some of our academics here at GCU. So as we are walking through here, this section that we're entering into, this is just some meeting rooms that Jerry Colangelo and our executives will be meeting in, but this section over here, this is going to be where a lot of the professors for the College of Business are going to be located. So the professor-student relationship here at GCU is very atypical to the professor-student relationship that you're going to see at a lot of other universities. Here at GCU, the professors are required to have at least 10 hours of office hours every single week. The classroom environments are very small, so once you're getting into your more major specific classes, you're going to be having about 30 students in your classroom with you, so very comparable to a high school classroom environment. And it's just super amazing to really be able to have those relationships with your professors. People always say the saying, it doesn't matter what you know, it matters who you know. Obviously, when you're going to university, go to your classes, learn things. The learning portion is very important, but getting those connections is such an amazing part. So I'm actually going to show you guys just this wall of students that we have here on campus that have gotten internships due to the relationships that they've had with their professors. Those small classroom environments really foster an amazing learning environment where students are able to talk to their professors, ask them questions, and get involved in different businesses. So we have one right here, and this is just the students that have graduated this semester or that are graduating this semester. And then we have a whole nother bulletin board right over here that's going to show a plethora of other students. And so it's just amazing to see the connections that students are getting and the internship opportunities so that they are a little bit more ready to go into that real world and have those experiences and kind of get that under their belt. So it is super awesome, you guys. We are what is called a teaching-based university as opposed to a research-based university. So essentially what that means is the professors, they're going to be here to teach, which is amazing because as students, we are here to learn. So kind of that symbiotic relationship, not only with the small classroom sizes, provides for just these really like ability for students to kind of get connected and know that like the background behind the area of study that they're interested in. So if they're talking to their professors and their professor is a nursing professor or something like that, and they've actually worked in the hospitals, they're able to help their students out. They're able to give them information on what sort of things they need to be doing while they're in school so that they can have the best opportunity when they graduate to actually get into the real world, get that job, and all of those things. I've had friends that are in sports management majors, and they've had jobs working for the Arizona Cardinals, which is our football team here in Arizona, as early as their sophomore year here in college, just because of a relationship and something that they've talked to with their professor about, and they've gotten them that connection. So really, really awesome opportunities here at GCU, not only in our College of Business, but throughout all of our colleges on campus. Lastly, here in this College of Business, I'm going to show you guys this wall. So this is all of the businesses that GCU actually partners along with. So you guys can see a plethora of businesses here. It's just super amazing. Another one of those connection pieces that's going to be very atypical to a lot of other places that you'll be going. So walking through the rest of here, these are going to be more of our professors' offices where you're just able to go kind of talk to them if you're ever struggling in your classes or you just want to get ahead. If you need to take an exam outside of class, they're going to be very welcoming and allowing their students to come in during those office hours. So it's just an awesome environment. You get really close relationships with them, which is amazing. And then we're going to kind of show you guys a little bit of our outside as we're walking towards our classroom buildings here on campus. Show you guys what some of the lecture halls look like, as well as what some of the actual just regular classrooms are going to look like. So outside here, as you guys can see, our wonderful campus is groomed beautifully. There's lots of greenery here. Here in Arizona, we are not just a desert, contrary to popular belief. So we do have some shrubbery and everything, which is pretty nice. And then one of our apartment buildings right over there, we have agave. So the College of Business is located in a pretty central area around campus. So if you guys are interested in studying business, it's a very nice location, which is awesome. And then walking over here, this building is going to be where those lecture halls and classrooms are. So like I was saying, average classroom sizes on campus are about 30 students, and then our lecture hall sizes cap out at about 100 students. So you're not going to be in any of those ginormous classrooms with a bunch of students like you guys might see in movies or TV shows. Pretty intimate environments still with those, which is pretty great. So we'll walk into kind of look into this classroom right here with me, you guys. So these are some of our biggest classroom environments right here. And as you guys can see, it is still a very close-knit environment. I mean, the teachers are going to be able to hear you no matter where you sit in the class, so don't be shy to raise your hand. And they are very fostering with a learning environment where students can feel comfortable in the classroom, and discussion really thrives here at GCU. So I know I'm a very verbal processor, so having that classroom environment where I can actually talk to my professors, I can discuss things with my fellow classmates, is just really, really amazing and definitely helps me as that sort of verbal processor. And then we'll kind of back up here, you guys. We're going to walk into just one of our regular classrooms, kind of show you guys what those look like. So you have the lecture hall style. Then we're going to walk down here, and these hallways are just really nice because they have some fun chairs right here and some fun couches, so students in between their classes can just come and hang out in here and just relax in between their classes or before their classes. But yeah, you guys, so our classrooms, amazing here. The academics that you'll experience, very awesome, very unique environments where you're going to be able to grow in your relationship with your professors and ultimately find some awesome connections that will help you beyond just learning things from a textbook, get into the real world, get into those job experiences. But thank you so much for joining us on this portion of the GCU Live Tour. We're going to hand it over to our studio now, where we're going to be speaking a little bit more in there. So thank you, guys.
Thank you, Stefan. What a beautiful tour of our Colangelo College of Business facilities. I'm excited for this conversation. I'm joined by a good friend of mine, Andrew Flowers, who is just one of the most dedicated CCOB students you will find out there. Andrew, go ahead and introduce yourself and give a little background for our viewers.
Hey guys, I'm Andrew, like Caleb said. I'm a senior here at GCU studying business management. Been involved with the CCOB pretty much my whole time here, from freshman year, getting directly involved, jumping right in, because the best way to learn how to swim is on your way down, right?
You're a little underwhelming there. You're not just a little involved. This guy does almost everything you could do for a full experience, and we're so excited to have him on to talk about that. Let's just dive right into it.
Yeah.
Andrew, you are just so involved, and I love that with all your different things. We'll get into that in a moment, but we just saw a beautiful tour of our CCOB building, and it shows the investment our leadership with Brian Mueller and Randy Gibb, the dean, that both of us have been blessed to have a great relationship with. They invest in their students, and it starts from just things like our academic facilities and our business building, like we just saw. How important is to you your experience in CCOB? How has that helped guide you to get where you are now?
Definitely, it's been super pivotal in my career, and I know the career of countless of my friends and colleagues. The classes, they teach you a lot, they immerse you, and one of the things I know we were just talking about is these professors are experienced entrepreneurs and business professionals in their own careers. Right, GCU has this motto. I know there's some universities that have that, learn by doing mentality, but GCU really takes it to the next level because they bring in professors and guides and advisors who have done it before. They've put themselves out on the line. And I know one of our professors, Tim Kelly, he's been able to do. I mean, you can ask the guy about so many different things, whether it's a construction company, whether it's a mortgage firm, and I know right now he runs a whole chain of Spanish immersion preschools. So, and he's practicing that day in and day out. So you have questions that are not textbook related or even textbook related. Guys like him and professors at the CCOB are able to answer those for you, in an applicable way.
Applicable. I think that's a big word with CCOB and GCU as a whole. It's funny because whenever Dr. Randy Gibb, whenever we talk to him, the dean of our business program, whenever he talks to me and whenever he talks to you, I hosted their CCOB kickoff a few weeks ago. And he kept emphasizing, get involved, come to our office, say yes. Andrew, you're one of those rare students that has truly taken that to the next level of, I'm going to get involved and then some. What have you been able to accomplish in your short 4 years here that is able to set yourself up for the future?
Oh, man. So my freshman year, launched a digital marketing company that we were able to run, my friend Connor and I. We were able to run up until the spring here. And then took over leading Canyon Angels, and I know we've spoken about that, and met a lot of investors and met a lot of pivotal individuals who are able to help guide us on our careers. And then recently just got hired by a tech startup out of Canyon Ventures called Zorosign, so it's super exciting, and been able to position myself with a very, I'd say, expansive resume, very credible resume that helps myself and others who have done the same things to really stand out.
You said it, Canyon Ventures. You said Canyon Angels and Canyon Ventures, and those two things are amazing. But for our viewers that maybe don't know exactly what those two things stand for, start with Canyon Angels. What exactly does that mean to you and for people watching?
So Canyon Angels, it is an angel investing group. So the way that companies like Uber and Airbnb and they raise money, right? Because not everybody has their own money to start a business, so they need to find investors to build their software, to buy their products, to build that MVP, that minimum viable product. So what we do is we help match highly scalable startups, so concepts like event planning solutions platforms or innovative construction technology. That's one of the companies that we've worked with. They've built an augmented reality solution for construction sites in planning out the actual physical layout of a building to solve the problem of transitioning paperwork. We help to take those highly scalable startups and we match them with our over 70 angel investors. Now, the cool thing is, and I know your viewers will get a good kick out of this, is we're one of the only colleges in the nation that offers an undergraduate opportunity like this. There's only a few throughout the country, and by far I would say that we're the best. Maybe I'm a little bit biased. But we give our undergraduate students the ability to conduct due diligence, look at the financials, meet the entrepreneurs, meet our investors who are all successful entrepreneurs. Jerry Colangelo, Brian Mueller, they're two of our angels that are pretty well known by our members. But you're able to really dive in on these companies and do work that when if you want to go into more of a venture capital or private equity or any finance-related position, it's so impactful on your resume.
Yeah. For our students watching this that are wanting to go into CCOB, you just spoke a lot on what there is, and that can seem really overwhelming to students. You know, you're hearing angel investors, all these opportunities, but in reality, all those opportunities are right there for them to take. What would be the next steps for these incoming freshmen or students that are looking to transfer, or maybe current students that are watching this that maybe haven't taken advantage of that? What are the first steps they should be taking to be involved in things like this?
Definitely. So the first thing I would say is stop by Canyon Ventures over off of on our 27th Avenue campus.
Right down the street.
So GCU has a business incubator because students need to have, like I was talking about earlier, an employable trifecta, right? A degree from an accredited university, a professional network, and professional experience. And if you come over to Canyon Ventures, you can see we've got about 40 or so companies in there with so far 100 students employed with startups from the Phoenix Valley. So you're able to get in there, get immersed right away, start building your network, start building your experience. And then from there, of course, Canyon Angels is based out of there. Idea Club is based out of there. A lot of our other CCOB organizations are out of there. And so you're able to really immerse yourself, get involved, meet the individuals around that community.
Well, yesterday, you at Canyon Angels and Idea Club was able to put on, it's now become a tradition, and it's called our Canyon Challenge. And if you ever watch Shark Tank, it's basically GCU's version of that.
Yeah.
That was yesterday. Take us through just what that experience is, because that's another one of those opportunities for students to get in front of people with real money, real investing experience, people that have done it. They've talked the talk, they've walked the walk. Take us through how Canyon Challenges just really impacted the students on
Definitely.
this campus.
So it was our 10th annual Canyon Challenge.
Wow.
Like you said, it was like Shark Tank, right? So
Yeah.
we had 5 awesome business ideas from students, and 3 of them ended up winning the competition, first, second, and third. The 3 types of businesses, the first one was a swimwear lifestyle product line. They placed first, and then our second and third place companies were a student who built a cardiac monitor to help prevent heart arrhythmia.
Sure.
And then the third place was batteries that are able to be charged by harvesting energy produced by biodecomposition.
Wow.
So it's really cool. You know, if you have an idea and you want to kind of test it out and understand what does it take to pitch, how can I raise a little bit of capital, some seed round money, that's your chance to do it. Come up with an idea, get in touch with Idea Club. Very easy. Just look up Idea GCU on Instagram, and you can get in touch and plugged in right there.
And that's a really big thing at GCU. And Andrew, I've been extremely impressed with watching you grow up in this world that we're in. I mean, it feels like I'm talking to a 35-year-old. And I can't wait to see what you are when you're 35. But Andrew, you speak on it where if you guys are watching this and you guys have an entrepreneurship mind or creative mind or just a business mind, this is a safe place to come and grow. And also I think a big thing here at GCU is in college, this is the perfect time to fail. Not that we want you to fail, but do it with people like Andrew and your partner Connor Keene, people like Randy Gibb, people like Brian Mueller, that even if you fail, they're going to say, hey, you might have fallen short on this, but this is exactly what you need to do, and here's how we can make it better. They actually care about people. Final question here, Andrew. If you're an incoming student and you're just nervous or shy, what is the best that, you spoke on the first steps of kind of how to get involved, but if an incoming freshman, when they step foot on here next August, not just in CCOB, just to enjoy the full GCU experience in general, what's the best thing that they could do to get started on the right foot?
Oh, man, there's a lot of things that you can do, right? Social media is huge. Find and connect with the groups on social media that you care about, right? If you care about Latino Student Union, I know we'll hear about it later, connect with them on social media. Get involved. Get plugged in. If you are interested in the business realm, get connected with Idea Club or find Canyon Angels Phoenix on Instagram.
Yeah.
Just get plugged in through social media. Find out where groups are at. Don't feel afraid to shake hands. I know things are a little different right now, but it's the whole idea of you put yourself out there, and what do you have to lose?
Exactly. Well, we'll hear from Andrew in just a few moments, but we'll see you get in just a few segments. But right now we're going to go to Sam and the CAC. Sam, take it away.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sam Oliva. I am a junior here at GCU studying Christian Studies with a minor in counseling. And I don't know about you guys, but I do love my sports. So I have the lovely opportunity to actually go over some of our sports here. So over here, we actually do have a rolling rink. So it actually was donated by the Arizona Coyotes. We do have a club ice hockey team, but unfortunately, we can't have ice outside in Arizona. So we do have this lovely rolling rink out here. Sometimes they'll do some practices, as well as some of our students who like to roller skate out here, they can use that facility. And then talking about skating, we do have a skate park over to my left over here. This was actually donated by our ASGCU, which we will kind of go over later on in this segment. But yeah, we have a lot of skateboarders over here looking to be the next Tony Hawk. So this is where they do some cool tricks. I've seen some really awesome stuff over here, but unfortunately I'm very clumsy, so I try and stay away from that. But I'm going to take you guys in our CAC right here. We have some skateboarders already crossing. Go. All right, so in here, we actually have our offices for our club sports. So if that was something that you were interested in, I'm going to talk about how we do have 3 tiers of sports here. So we have our D1 athletes that come here on scholarship money, and then it's very competitive. They travel. And then we do have our club sports. So that you're still trying out for a team. You're going to have that coach and team. You're still traveling. Pretty competitive. So our club offices are actually right into this facility. And then we do have our intramural sports. So intramurals, my personal favorite. You can create a team with your friends. It's pretty nonchalant, so you're actually just going to play maybe 1 to 2 games per week, and you're not really traveling. You have no practices, so it's just a fun way to, like, if you really love the sport, you can still play with your friends and not have a demanding schedule on top of your academics. So I'm going to show you the facility we have behind us, but in here we actually have our club pep team. So you can kind of see these lockers are filled with instruments where our pep band actually keeps them. And then they do practice in this facility as well. So great opportunity for our pep band who maybe have done it in high school, want to continue to be a part of that spirit team. And then over to my left, we have one of our 6 fitness centers here on campus. This is actually home to our club sports, so a lot of weights in there. I actually have some sore arms right now. I did have arm day yesterday. So we have a lot of cool facilities in here, and this is just one of them. So this is mostly weights. So we do have fitness centers that have different things. We do have more cardio machines in one fitness center. We have a fitness center donated to classes like spin and Zumba and things like that. And this one is just mostly weights. So a lot of our club sports actually do practice in that facility, do their training and stuff. And then it is open to students when they're not using it. Right now, we are going to go into our CAC. That stands for Canyon Activity Center. So it is 136,000 square feet. It has 10 full-size basketball courts in there, which I'm about to show you. Just going through a bunch of doors, so sorry about that. All right, so in here, legend has it that Michael Jordan actually practices in here. Just kidding, but it would be really cool if he did. It is a cool enough facility, though. I feel like he wouldn't mind to be in here. This is fairly new. This was actually built within about a year ago. So over here you can see we do have 10 full-size basketball courts actually change into volleyball courts as well. This is home to our club basketball team as well as intramurals. So you'll see a lot of tournaments and games happening in here. We do have some cardio equipment right now due to just social distancing, but usually there are ping pong tables over here. So GCU tries and emphasizes community everywhere we can. So this is just a cool place to hang out with your friends, build those connections. Over behind us, we do have the Slope Smart. So we actually have Lope Smarts all throughout campus, which you will hear a little bit more later on in the tour. But over here we do have a lot of supplements and protein powder, just because we are in a little bit of a sports realm over here. So that's going to be over there. And then we are going to walk this way. These are actually for our GCU dance team, so we do have dance and cheer that practices in this facility, part of our club spirit program. So if you're interested in that, that's pretty cool. And then over here, we have a huge rock wall actually donated from Outdoor Rec. So Outdoor Rec is a club here on campus where we do a lot of recreational stuff like camping trips, surfing trips in California. so this is just a cool place to come and practice if you're getting ready for a huge climb or anything like that. So they actually change this course every once in a while. So you can come here with your friends and do that. But Outdoor Rec is a really cool program to be a part of if you're interested. But this is kind of how they advertise for it in here. Yeah, so this is just a little bit about sports. We do have numerous opportunities. For intramural, I just found out we have like cornhole. So some of my best friends are actually part of a cornhole team. Anywhere from synchronized swimming to ice hockey, basketball, volleyball, soccer, so many sports. And if there is not a club sport for you, you can create one. I just had a friend create a wrestling team. So there's definitely options for you. So I hope that you guys learned a little bit more about our sports program. But as of now, I'm going to send it back to Caleb in the studio.
Thank you, Sam. A rock wall, 9,000 something basketball courts, a weightlifting materials, an ice rink. Oh my gosh, how many things are out there? I'm so excited. I'm joined by Edgar Moreno, who serves as our Latino Student Union president. We're going to talk about that experience at a later segment, but right now, just introduce yourself to the viewers and a little backstory.
All right, well, he already said it. I'm Edgar Moreno. I'm actually a government major, mainly on pre-law, but I minor in public administration, so I've got to experience the entire government side of the things at this campus. I've been an esports player, speech and debate man. I've been doing this stuff. It's my sophomore year, but yeah, I tried to start off slow. It didn't work out.
You tried to, and well, that's funny because you kind of just said it. At GCU, it's like even if you kind of just want to like, I'm going to be chill, I'm going to be relaxed, you really can't.
No, you can't. I got emails after emails. Hey, we think you're ready for this team. Hey, we think you're able to go in. I just decided to take a leap.
Well, Edgar, I love that. Take the leap. That's such a big thing. You were just a freshman last year. You know, obviously it's a little different here with just the times we're in. Thank goodness GCU, though, is, you know, we're doing things as safe as we can to have a student experience on campus. But take us through, you know, esports, speech and debate. You're in government. You know, we'll talk about Latino student experience later when we talk about student engagement in clubs later. But for right now, Edgar, talk to me about just kind of the buffet of options GCU has out for you just to go and like you said, take that leap.
Well, so my freshman year, I actually got to experience this like club fair in a sense, where we got to just walk around, and I'm talking the CAC itself was packed. I mean, you saw how big it is. It was table to table, like neck to neck. Everyone was able to just walk through. And you got to experience so many different clubs and programs out there that I ended up just saying, like I said, I wasn't going to try out. Then I met these guys. They all seemed cool. They showed me the esports lounge, which I hope we could cover at some point with the tech building. You know?
Have to add it to our list.
But yeah, you honestly, I took in some steps, and I got to just meet a bunch of new friends. It's actually how I made a lot of my friends here at GCU.
Yeah.
It was through those programs. Speech and debate itself, they, like I said, they constantly barrage me with emails saying, hey, we think you might be ready for it. Let's give it a shot. And I got to tell you, the training there, it's hectic. It's definitely stressful, but oh my God, it's worth it. They definitely do pay you off.
So a thing here at GCU that I'm sure Edgar, you know, you kind of just saw from what Edgar said is, but our students, whether they're sophomores, juniors, seniors, because those guys are upperclassmen that were reaching out to you, there's no freshman hazing going on here. There's no feel of I'm a freshman, you have to wait your turn. No, these people actively want you, and, you know, we just saw with Andrew. It's the same thing with freshmen at CCOB, you know, and Canyon Angels and things like that. Edgar, talk to me about, with the different things you're involved with, how has that shaped your experience here at GCU in just your second year?
Well, honestly, I went from being just slightly involved into some of the stuff that I did in high school to easing in, and then jumped to the top where I'm like, I flew out to Kentucky, I flew out to DC with speech and debate, got to go to California multiple times. I experienced a big lounge, just a friendly environment with the esports. Yeah. I've never thought I could take gaming to that professional level. It was not my plan as a government major, yet
everybody needs a relief.
Oh yeah, no, it was
amazing.
20 hours a week, but it was worth it.
So our esports program is, I was just seeing on Twitter a few days ago where we were like doing really well in these gaming competitions and all these things. When it comes to our esports program, that's really risen in the past few years. We're winning competitions, and people think about it in just our society in general. Gaming's kind of been one of those things where it's like, this is a really serious industry and serious competition. Oh yeah. And that really shows that GCU is really willing to invest in anything that makes our students happy. If our students want to pursue it and be passionate about it, esports, speech and debate, Canyon Angels, things like that, they're willing to invest in it. How important is that to you, Edgar, and your position as Latino Student Union president and in esports, speech and debate, to know that our administration and our faculty is willing to invest tangible resources into the things that you and our student body are passionate about?
Well, actually, that's the main reason why I wanted to get involved in government. It was to fix things like education, and GCU is exactly the model that I'm telling you about. Wow. I've always pushed for having classes that teach kids how to get hands-on experience. I mean, we've seen it with our nursing students and medical students who actually get to experience cadavers at freshman year. We see it with our tech students literally working on programming day one that they get here. Government, I can tell you right now, I respect every single one of my professors because I know that they come down from years and years in that side of work. And I know that I don't need to read a book. They lived it, and they get to actually walk me through it. I can't tell you that GCU itself has opened up enough that I even told my mom about it. It's its own little city.
Yeah.
You can literally live here. You don't have to leave campus to experience all of it.
Isn't that funny? Because it's GCU. I always laugh when people say like, "Oh, is GCU? Is it too big of a campus?" I'm like, it's a big campus, but it gets small really quick.
Oh yeah.
In the sense that Edgar, I'm sure you know this. Just 1 week on campus, and you're going to start. There's not going to be a moment of silence when you're walking across campus because you're going to have to be saying hi to everybody. Edgar, you spoke on it. That with our professors, that class sizes, that intentionality of professors that actually care about you and your background, actually care about you getting that hands-on experience. What is that? How has that been a factor in your overall experience, and also your ability to want to keep pursuing involvement in things on campus?
Well, we saw it with the Colangelo, actually. That field right outside, I sat down there and we had a Model UN, like literally right then and there.
And what's a Model UN?
So it's a United Nations aspect where
Okay.
we get to actually talk, and we all act as different countries trying to pass a policy to like get everything legitimized. We did it on the Olympics at that time because that was the one that we were trying to decide on prior to COVID at least. But yeah, it's just that hands-on engagement. The fact that I can actually go up to professors, even the speech and debate coaches who are professors on this campus. I'm actually taking one of their courses next semester. I'm looking forward to that. They don't focus on the fact that oh, okay, you're book smart, you got this covered, but rather they're willing to like actually help you out and allow it. I mean, we do have the ACE centers as well, so that's actually kind of a nice touch.
Yeah, ACE centers. It's a great way to get active tutoring for people that are really experienced. A great tool to utilize. But go on.
And yeah, it's just I gotta say, if we're talking about how great the hands-on experience is, you said it yourself. We can't walk down Lopes Way without getting talked. I had to actually stop using my board half the time nowadays.
Just put in the AirPods.
Yeah, no. I mean, prior to COVID, even with COVID, I don't think Lopes Way feels less like. I mean, obviously everything's less crowded in a sense, but it doesn't feel any less social. People still hold the door for you. People still talk to you everywhere you go, and it's like. You got a friendly face. While it's a big campus, like you said, you're able to walk around anywhere.
And I think that really focuses on what GCU is. We have great buildings like CCOB. We have great things like our esports program. We have great things like our professors that truly care about you. But at the end of the day, what makes Grand King University are the people. Yeah. And it's that, in the middle of what we're going through in 2020 and this global pandemic, that GCU's heart still shows. And I challenge you to go to other universities, other colleges. That's just not there. And that doesn't mean that GCU's, mightier than that because we have all these great facilities. It's because of the people that we have here, the students on here, the professors, the heart behind our campus. Before we go out to our next tour guide, I want to finish with this question before I let you go. He'll be back, by the way. I'm so excited to talk about your Latino Student Union experience. How important is to you, Edgar, for students to know that when they come here, that their passions, that they can pursue those? Like, what would you say to a student that's like, if I'm passionate about something, will I be able to actually pursue it?
So here's the thing, man. I've been doing things like revolving around the government and programs and clubs since I was 15 in high school. Okay, I spent my entire life trying to figure out what I can do for the next leadership program, what I can do to help this next person, because I just wanted to create change.
Yeah.
I felt like I was the big fish in my little pond in my hometown. 100,000 people, but most of the people I knew me, and they all supported me. They all pushed me to do my thing. I came here, and while I was still that big fish in a sense because I knew I had the experience, every single person I met had either that experience or a version of that experience, and they kept on pushing me. I don't think I honestly can't go anywhere without going, okay, wait, you experienced this. You saw it with Andrew. Me and him just spent like literally the last 20 minutes before this talking, even though we came from different angles on this stuff, because of the fact that you just get so much experience here that you meet someone and they got a new path for you to go.
Yeah, I love
and
that.
it was just nice. I mean, I gave a 40-minute tour to my family for that. So
that's fantastic. If GCU could be said our student body, it's iron sharpens iron.
Yes.
And what better place to be around people that love you but also are going to push you and challenge you. We'll be back with Edgar, and we're going to hear from Andrew when we come back. But for right now, we're going to send it back out to our tour guides and see who's up.
Hi
Hey everybody, I'm so excited you all have decided to join our virtual tour of campus today. My name is Annika and I'll be showing you around kind of central campus here. I'm a sophomore here at GCU this year and I'm a Christian Studies major with an emphasis in youth ministry. So yeah, with that getting started, let's look behind us at the Health Services and Wellness Clinic. So this is going to be our on-site doctor. We have certified nurse practitioners that can help you with all of your health needs and concerns and prescribe medicine that you can get filled off campus. So they will do anything from x-rays to flu shots. They're doing COVID tests right now on campus here for us. So super helpful resource to have on campus. You don't have to drive super far. If you're feeling sick or unwell, you can just get checked out right here on campus. And we also have a 24-hour hotline here, so if it's late at night after hours and you're not feeling well, you can just give them a call and they'll help you through all of your health needs. So yeah, that's a little bit about our Health Services and Wellness Clinic. Walking over here, I want to point out this emergency blue light that we have right behind me, if you can see it. So we have emergency blue lights all throughout campus. So basically there's a big red button on the blue light, so if you're ever walking around feeling unsafe or threatened for whatever reason, you could just press the red button and our public safety that roams campus 24/7 will be to you within 30 seconds and either escort you to wherever you're going or just help put your mind at ease. And speaking of security, we are a closed campus, so what this means is that there are several checkpoints across the border of campus. We have a gate that goes all around campus, so in order to get onto campus you have to show your ID to one of the guards to prove that you are a student here, and then they'll let you on campus. So it's pretty much just students and families touring that are on campus. There's never anyone just wandering that isn't supposed to be here. They won't even let my mom get on campus unless I show the guard my ID and walk her on campus. So that's just how secure we are. GCU really values the safety of their students, so we just have these here just for extra safety precaution, just to help our students feel more at home and safe here on campus. So yeah, with that being said, we're gonna walk, I'm gonna show you guys like kind of this main central road on campus. This is what we call Lopes Way. So Lopes Way is gonna be our central little road that goes in kind of in the middle of campus. We always like to joke that if you're having a bad hair day or running late to class, wouldn't probably recommend walking down Lopes Way because you will run into people you know, and you'll want to stop and say hi. So that's just a little funny thing about Lopes Way. But so this is going to be where about half of our eateries are on campus. Right over here we have Panda Express, Auntie Anne's, Cannon Crepes. This is our own little crepe shop that we have here. Right behind that is going to be something called the Grid, and this is like a little convenience store. You can buy some groceries, so like coffees, desserts, snacks. We even have some little household essentials like toothpaste and paper towels that you can also spend your dining dollars on as well, which is really awesome, so you don't even have to go off campus to buy some groceries. Cameron in a little bit will actually be running you guys through our meal plans briefly so you can get a feel for what those are like and what we have to offer. But so yeah, that's the Grid. We also have multiple of these across campus as well. We actually have what we like to call a little cluster system. So basically what this means is that with every 2 to 3 residence halls, you're going to have a little Grid or LopeSmart, a pool, a fitness center, and an Amazon locker all within really close walking distance. So you don't even have to go all the way across campus to go swimming or go to the gym if you don't want to. If you just want to go on a quick little walk to get a snack or coffee or something, there's a little shop really close by to your building, which is really nice. So yeah, and then continuing further down Lopes Way, we also have a Chick-fil-A, and this is one of 2 locations of Chick-fil-A on campus. That's how popular it is here. The line just got so long, so we had to add another location of Chick-fil-A on the east side of campus. And then we also have Subway and Pita Jungle down there as well. And you'll notice all of these restaurants are below residence halls, so if it's ever been your dream to live above a Chick-fil-A, well, GCU can help you fulfill that dream here on campus, which is pretty unique. I don't know how many other universities can say that, but anyway, so continuing down this way, you guys might notice these little apartment buildings over here. This is our North Rim apartment complex. And you'll notice these look a little bit different than all of the rest of the buildings on campus, and that's just because these are some of the first buildings that GCU built while establishing. Again, these are called North Rim apartments, so if you're looking for a little bit more of a homier feel of living, these are an awesome option. They also have dishwashers, a bathtub, and a balcony, all which you don't get in the more modern apartments. So just depending on your living style, another differentiation is that you have to have a roommate in one of the bedrooms here. But if you're living with your best friend, sounds like a really fun time. So definitely look into North Rim Apartments. I don't know if any of y'all are cat people, but there's a pretty big cat population that roams around NRA as well. Get to see some cute kittens while you live there, so that's a really fun time. But so yeah, we're just walking past the rest of our restaurants down here, and Cameron and Sam are actually gonna show you guys the other half of our restaurants on campus, so you guys can see what else we have to offer in just a little bit on the final section of the tour. But so that's about it for Lopes Way. I'm praying for you guys. I know the college is a super big decision. It's really important, and it requires a lot of thinking and praying about. So with that being said, I hope you all decide to come to GCU. It really is the best school. So thank you guys so much for joining. I'm going to pass it back on over to Caleb at the studio.
Not one, but 2 Chick-fil-A's on campus. How many times have you been in Chick-fil-A in the past 4 years?
Let's not go there.
It's not healthy for either of us.
That's not a healthy discussion.
We're back with Andrew Flowers. You know, we just heard from Edgar, and we just saw from Annika about just the beautiful Lopes Way with Chick-fil-A. But I want to talk for the next few moments. You know, you have so much information about CCOB and the in-classroom experience and just how to really pursue it, and we are so grateful to hear about that. I want to turn that side of you, Andrew, off and turn on the side of you just here at GCU, you can just grow so much socially, spiritually, academically, and just so many different ways. Andrew, how critical for your GCU experience has this overall community been?
Huge. I mean, I met my good friend Connor, who runs a
Connor.
lot of the same stuff that I do. Met him freshman year at a club, funny enough. And since then have been able to kind of meet like-minded individuals. That's the key thing I would say at GCU, is you can meet people who actually care about the same things you care about. Of course, they're going to challenge you and push you. I know, like we talked with Edgar about, but really inspire you to be the best version of yourself. I know that sounds maybe a little cliche, right? It sounds like that's something you put up in your kitchen, but you really are pushed to do more and to push the envelope, and that's one of the biggest things that GCU's been able to do for me.
How would you say, you spoke on it, Edgar spoke on it in our last segment, really being pushed by your friends and really being around those like-minded individuals where if you're somebody who just, you want to be super involved in CCOB, you're going to meet people like Andrew and be best buddies with them. If you're somebody that, you just want to go lift every day and go to the gym every day, I guarantee you there's people like that on our campus. I'm not one of those people. But I don't know where you find them, but they're here. But when it comes to actual community, one thing I love about GCU is this is a place for everybody. For you, what would you say to somebody who's really wondering if GCU is a place they can call home?
Oh, well, I can tell you it is. But, really come to and experience the campus, right? Come out for a tour or a Discover trip. Or, you're already taking the first step, watching us give our, spiel on GCU. But really immerse yourself. You have nothing to lose. Engage on social media. Find students who are leaders and engage with them on social media. You can come and get a hold of me or Connor or any of our colleagues on social media, and we're more than happy to set up a Zoom call or a meeting, whatever that looks like, and really share further about what we've been able to experience and how you can experience the same thing, whether that's in the College of Medicine, whether that's in government and PR, or if it's in business or forensic science. It doesn't matter, right? There's always opportunity there.
Mm-hmm. I love that you brought up campus tours. Right now at GCU, in the middle of this world, we're doing our best. We offer a ton of options. So I would urge you guys right now, if you're watching this and you're a prospective student, talk to your UAC. That's your University Admissions Counselor. If you don't have one, we'll get you hooked up with one. Make sure to call GCU Admissions. But they'll get you hooked up. We have you can come out on a Discover trip. We're doing VIP Discover and groups, and we're doing things where you can do a Campus Tour Plus, come out with your parents, your mom and dad. And we want those students to come out here too. We love that you're watching our campus virtually, but once you step foot on this campus, it just feels different. Why is that? Why has that been for you? What makes this place what it is?
Well, that's actually, matter of fact, how I got out here. I didn't take a Discover trip. I took a tour with my mom. We flew out here, and the moment you step on the campus and you see the environment, right? Because I think a lot of people, at least when I got to school, I knew I wanted to get into business, and it was like this really vague term. Could have gotten to finance.
I want to go into business. Okay.
You know, all those different things. And that's not, the degree is not the part that really makes the decision for you. It's the community and the environment.
Yeah.
And everything that encapsulates you once you step onto the campus, from the buildings to the people, to the different types of experiences and things that are going on, the clubs and events and things. That's what's going to really help you make the decision of whether GCU is a fit for you.
I love that you mentioned that. One thing I love to say to students whenever I talk to them, or incoming students, or people that are wondering if the GCU is for them, I always say this: GCU is going to be a place where, I'll use Andrew for example, he's going to graduate with a degree in business that's fantastic, a degree that will look great on a resume. But as Andrew, you can speak on this. Tons of people graduate with business degrees every year. But Andrew has come to a place at GCU, and Edgar has done this similarly with government, is he's graduating with a great degree with great professors, but you have grown so much more outside of the classroom than inside the classroom. But you're also in classroom. You haven't had to suffer. It doesn't mean you have to lose anything. For you, how has that balance been of inside the classroom and outside the classroom, and how have both of those affected your growth?
Yeah, so what I do outside the classroom directly takes from what I do inside the classroom, right? Of course, you read the textbooks and you gain that classroom knowledge, but with the things I know we spoke about earlier, Canyon Ventures and Canyon Angels, not only am I graduating right now, but I'm graduating with a full-time job at a tech startup here in Phoenix, or at least an opportunity to pursue that, right? And those things, GCU is able to really marry you with whatever you're doing in the classroom and whatever your passions are. GCU has created an environment where you can, you attract the things that align with what you care about. So if you're in medicine, there's so many different groups involved about nursing. I know my brother, he's actually a student here studying forensic science, and he's going to get involved with all of the groups and organizations within that realm, the FBI, CIA, all that cool stuff, right? Cadaver labs and stuff that I know nothing about. And the same thing with business. It's really, GCU creates an environment that's conducive to your success.
Before I let you go here, because sadly we're going to have to say goodbye to Andrew after this question. Last question. What makes GCU in your mind?
The people. Biggest thing. The people you meet, the people you learn from, and the people who give you a little kick in the rear to get things into gear.
That's right. Hey, when you come here, you're going to find your brothers, you're going to find your sisters, for us, maybe we'll find our wife eventually. I don't know, maybe. You're going to find so many different people of just amazing experiences. Andrew, thanks so much for coming on. We appreciate you. Good luck with Canyon Angels and the tech startup. And make sure to follow Canyon Angel on Instagram and just look at our CCOB. Set up a tour with CCOB. Steve Thomas is a great person if you're looking. He's a program specialist for CCOB. He's fantastic. Andrew, thank you so much. You're great.
Thank you.
We're going to send it out to our last tour guide, Cameron, talking about student engagement, and we'll be back with Edgar in just a moment. Cameron, take it away.
Hello, everyone. Nice to see you again. So sorry you're stuck with me for another portion. But I am going to talk about our academics here. So behind me, we do have our engineering building. On that first floor, we do have our LOPE labs. So in there, we do have 3D printers, woodworking stations, laser cutting machines. Actually, what's really cool is you don't have to be an engineering student to go down there and work in those facilities. We had a student one year who was not an engineering student, and he actually went down there and created electric longboards. And what's cool about it is GCU owns no intellectual rights to anything you produce here on campus, so his business is just flourishing, and it's all his. So they provide the space, and then you provide the business, so it's pretty cool. So that is our engineering building in there, and then to my left you can kind of see it, we do have our education building. So that's for our education majors, so if you're interested, we have a great program for that. And then I am going to talk about building 6, which is right behind me. That is our natural sciences building. So what's really cool about it is on our 3rd floor we do have our nursing sim labs. So it's like Grey's Anatomy up there, so if you're a fan of the show, they actually filmed a portion of it in there. Just kidding. Again with the jokes. Anyways, I hope you're having as fun with them as I am. But on the 3rd floor, we do have our nursing sim labs. So what we have up there is we do have Smarties. So they're technically like dummies, but we like to give them respect because they can do everything a human can do except for die. So they can give birth, they can accept and reject medicine, you can actually draw blood from them, and they have a speaker box where the professor can actually create a scenario. So great hands-on experience for our nursing students. And then on that 4th floor, we do have our forensic science labs. So up there they do tire tracking analysis, blood splatter analysis, DNA testing. Every once in a while you might see some caution tape on the ground, and they actually do like mock crime scenes around campus. So great hands-on experience for our forensic science students. So that's just compact with a bunch of hands-on experience that you can get your first 4 years here and already get a little of that career experience here on campus. And now I'm going to pass it off to my partner over here, and she's going to take you guys throughout this segment.
Hello. Hi guys, my name is Cameron. I'm a senior here at GCU, and I'm studying marketing and advertising. So I'm part of the College of Business, which Stefan talked about earlier. We love it. But I'm going to keep it going with the education. So kind of to cap off that portion, we do have our ACE centers, which is going to be over here in Building 16. That's our College of Humanities and Social Sciences. So ACE stands for Academic and Career Excellence. On the academic side of things, you can get help with homework, writing essays. There's tutoring in there. Tutoring is actually one of the highest paid student worker jobs on campus. So if you're interested in tutoring other students in classes, you can feel free to do that there. It's an awesome opportunity. We also tutor students that don't even go to GCU. They can be elementary, middle, or high school students in the area that sometimes come to our learning lounges to just get help from college students. So pretty cool opportunity there. We also have on the career side of things, all things careers, all things interviews. You can get help with working on your resume, building that up. We give mock interviews. So if you are getting into the job field and you just want some practice interviewing, you can come in your business attire and get interviewed by people there, which is really cool. We can also help you get jobs on and off campus and just really help you kickstart your career. So that's something that's cool about Building 16. Also, right across from that, we have our Lope shop. So if you're interested in getting some spirit gear, some GCU swag, we have that all there, which is super cool. So even you can get school supplies like lab coats, lab notebooks, different pens and pencils. It's all found there. So we're going to keep it moving down this way. We've got a couple more buildings to talk about. The last 3 buildings are actually my top 3 favorite buildings on this campus because I work in 2 of them and eat in one of them. So it's pretty awesome. But the one building that I love because of the ARC, shout out to the Antelope Perception Center, that's where we all work. But it is going to be our Student Advisory Center. So I don't know if you can see, we've got this cool like circle in the middle of it. We joke that that's the eye of our president watching over our whole school. But on the first floor of that building is where the ARC is. So we give tours all around campus. There's also university admissions counselor appointments that happen in there as well. So we just love to talk about GCU in there, show students the campus and their families and stuff. It's really fun. And then also on the second floor of that building, we have where our SSCs are. And SSCs are student services counselors. So if you ever need help with setting your schedules, your meal plans, your scholarships, they handle all of that. They're basically like the superheroes of campus because they do all the behind the scenes stuff that qualifies us to be students on campus. So you can just walk up there, second floor. They can help you out with pretty much anything you might need, which is super awesome. So the next building over, if you can see it right over there, that's going to be our student engagement building. So there's kind of a lot of information there. Don't want to just throw it at you, but I'm going to, so here we go. But anyways, student engagement basically is where all of our student leadership opportunities are. So one of the first things over there is going to be our Office of Spiritual Life. So if you're interested in being a life leader on campus, basically that just means that you lead Bible studies on campus. So there's going to be like roughly 2 to 3 Bible studies on every floor, and there's going to be a life leader for each of those groups. So you just get to go into your hall, have a Bible study with friends, get to know kind of more of a spiritual community on your floor, which is really awesome. We also have our multicultural office over there, so they do tons of events, tons of awareness events. They're always there if you have any questions. It's just an awesome resource we have on campus that they're really bulking up this year, which is super awesome. I think we all need a little bit of that, so they do a lot of good work there. We also have our local and global outreach. So local outreach is going to be outreach in our communities. Today, actually, because it's Saturday, we do a cool one called Canyon Kids, which is where we will just go to the park, hang out with some kids in the neighborhood. It's kind of like a vacation Bible school if you've ever done that before. Basically, there's like a little Bible store, there's snacks, just fun time to hang out and spread the word. We also have global outreach as a part of that, which is going to be where we go off into different areas of our country or to other countries. And again, we just spread God's word. Missions trips happen all the time. This year we're not really doing any, but normally in a normal year we love to send students out to different countries and just have them spread the word. So really awesome opportunities there that are a little bit more faith-based, even though pretty much everything here at GCU is faith-based. We're really big on that. The next one over is going to be ASGCU. That is the Associated Students of GCU, basically like ASB in high school if you have that. Essentially, that is just going to be, they do campaigns, initiatives, different events on campus that are just meeting for our voices as students to be heard by the upper faculty. So they're kind of a bridge to that, and they just do awesome things on campus. We recently had Diversity Week. I don't know. Oh, yep, the banner's still up. So we had Who Are You Week, which was all based on diversity. Last week we had One Lope Week during the election, which was really awesome. And they just do cool things like that. And then the last student leader opportunity there is going to be CAB, which is the Canyon Activities Board, something that I'm actually a part of. I've done that for 3 years now on campus, and it's definitely just been like the best experience of all time. I would definitely suggest getting involved in student leadership, but CAB specifically is so fun. Last night we put on one of our favorite events that happens every year called Snow Much Fun, which is where we brought 25 tons of snow to our campus, and students got to sled down a big hill, have some hot chocolate, have some s'mores, have some good food. It was so fun. It was just basically like winter in Arizona, which we don't really get. So it was super awesome. We also do events in the arena, such as lip sync battle, which is just crazy college students in big teams doing crazy dance routines on stage. It's super fun. But we just like to build community on campus, give students the opportunity to meet new people, try new things. We're all about that. So that is it for the student leader opportunities. We do also have 100+ clubs on campus. So if you're interested in joining clubs, we have that office is also in student engagement. There's always cool opportunities to join clubs, start your own clubs. Super awesome. And then on the second floor, we have our student care office. So we have licensed therapists and counselors up there. If you ever need to go up there, it's super easy to get involved. You can just walk up, check in, and they can just put you in and have an appointment, because it's just really nice to have that on campus. You don't have to go off campus for stuff like that. We have it all in-house right here. So that is it for student engagement. We're going to keep walking now into our student union, the final building of our tour today. But the student union, I know Annika covered most of the food on campus, but there is some really good food in here. So we're going to go in and check it out. We'll talk about some meal plans and stuff. There's a cool little sign in here we get to see. I'm excited for it. We also got these new sliding glass doors. Come on. Super cool. Okay, so before we talk about food, I just want to point out this meal plan sign right over here. So, oh, you guys are good. We have all of our meal plans up here. Basically, once you are a student at GCU, you can kind of decide which meal plan you want. There are some rules and requirements for them, but basically you sign up with a meal plan, and the nice thing about these is if you run out of money for whatever reason, like maybe you have $7.75, that's not enough, you can add on to that meal plan in the middle of the year, and you can also change your meal plan. So if you want to bump it up next semester, you can. If you have leftover money, it rolls over for semesters and for the year. So they're super interchangeable and really awesome, basically. There's all different types. If you eat a lot, you can get the big one. If you don't, you can get the small one. So those are super easy, but you do have to spend them on the food on campus. So let's talk more about that. Over here we have Canyon Pizza Company. This is a really cool place because they actually are the only place on campus that will deliver directly to your room. They have a cool, tricked out purple golf cart that drives to your room. It's so cool. But the pizza's super good. They do Pizookies, calzones, just all things pizza. Really cool. Directly on the opposite spectrum of that is going to be Fresh Fusion over here, which is actually salads, flatbreads, wraps, a healthy option on campus. We love Fresh Fusion. It's definitely one of my favorite places on campus for sure. In the middle right over here, we have Harvest Kitchen. This is going to be the closest thing to cafeteria dining on campus. Basically, you pay for a tray and you just fill that bad boy up with all the food that you can think of. And you only have to pay like one flat price and you can get refills too. So super awesome. Habit Burger Grill over here. If anyone's from California, I know you guys have these all over the place. I'm from Oregon, so I'd never heard of this when I came here, but super good burgers, super good fries. Definitely the best fries and ranch combo on campus, for sure. Right on the other side over here, we have, it's Harvest Kitchen right now because it's around breakfast time, but normally it's going to be Lo Pacelli's, which is going to be build your own pasta. And then directly behind me, we have Einstein's Bagels, super good coffee and super good bagels on campus. But now we're in the North Dining Hall. As you can see, there's not really any tables or chairs set up because we don't have people eating in here, but I am going to pass it back to Sam, and she's going to talk to you guys about what else is in the union.
Thank you, Cameron. Okay, so like she did mention, this is usually our North Dining Hall, but right now it is my dancing studio. I'm just kidding. I'm having the time of my life. Okay, no, actually, usually in here there is dining, but unfortunately there is no indoor dining due to COVID, but it's really nice outside, so it works perfectly. But on our second floor, we do have our GCBC. So that stands for Grand Canyon Beverage Company. We actually have 3 locations on campus, but that is our main one. So there's tons of seating up there, couches, loud music. So if you're a type of student who likes that louder environment to get homework done, that's a perfect place for you to go. For me, that's like social hours, so I can't really pay attention up there. But we do have great coffee. We do have our energy drink called the Stampede. So if you've ever been to Dutch Bros and have gotten a Rebel, it's like that. You can fuse it with different flavors and stuff. So that's a great place to go get energized before a big class day, or just, staying up till midnight finishing those assignments like I do. But yeah, that's going to be there on that second floor. We also have our Nerd Herd. So that is free IT service for our students. We are a computer-based university, so all of your assignments, textbooks, everything's going to be online. I've never had to pay for a textbook, so that's very nice. So yeah, that's going to be there for you. So if your computer crashes, that's a problem, but they'll actually help you for free, and if it's really damaged, they'll give you a computer to use in the meantime, so you can finish up those assignments, so that's really nice. We also have a lot of TV screens up there, so we'll actually do like watch parties. We do a bachelor night, so if anyone really likes Bachelor or Bachelorette, you can go up there, watch that. We also do NBA Finals, Super Bowl parties, so like Cameron was saying, we do love to emphasize community, so we'll do that in that space up there. And then on our third floor, we do have our electronic library. So just some more computers for you to use. We have printers. We even have some study rooms. So if you're like me and need a quieter environment to get those assignments done, you can get your own little private area up there. And then our fourth floor, we do have your typical library. You can actually rent out books for research and things like that. However, this is concluding the tour segment of it. It was so nice to show you guys around campus. So we are going to send it back to the studio, but thank you for going around campus and seeing our home away from home.
Thank you, Sam and Cameron. Sorry, folks, for the technical difficulties there. Hopefully, we don't have any more for the remainder of our program. We're back with Edgar Moreno. Edgar, we just talked over student engagement, and we heard about just the Who Are You Week and the diversity in the clubs. And that is just what you're really passionate about. And I just really want to give you the floor here because you're the president of our Latino Student Union.
Yes.
First of all, what is the Latino Student Union, and what is your role as president, and what do you guys do on campus?
All right. Well, the Latino Student Union in general, I break it down into like 3 main points. And one, its main purpose is we got people from all over the college, man. They're coming from all over the country. Some are even coming outside of the country.
Oh.
I actually have some people from Peru.
Wow.
I have some people from Mexico. Sorry, not New Mexico. From Mexico and Portugal. So it's like they're definitely coming in, even Cuba. And the biggest thing is we need to give them a second family environment in a sense because, I mean, I came to university from Arizona,
Sure.
and I still felt a little lost because I didn't have all my friends with me, you know? And so building that second family environment was one of the main goals. Second is like teaching about the culture itself, because I mean, the one thing everyone needs to know is there's intellectual diversity, there's actual diversity, but nonetheless, we should be educated on all. And
absolutely.
because of that, that's one of the main things. We actually do a lot of our events to teach people how to experience a different culture and kind of like allow them to embrace it. And then our third and final point, it's like the family takes care of family mentality, where we're actually doing, as you guys saw with Canyon Angels, we're trying to jump on with that by doing what we're calling Latinos for Higher Education, which is going to be kind of like a mentorship program, using the professors here around campus to kind of teach kids, oh, okay, you want to be in the welding field, you want to be in the engineering field, we're going to pair you with an engineering professor who's done this, and they're going to teach you, walk you through it, and like actually get you that hands-on experience we talked about earlier.
Inclusion's a big word here on our campus.
Yes.
You know, we're extremely blessed by we have a department on campus called the Diversity, Multicultural, and Inclusion Department, led by Donald Glenn. If you watched our last campus tour, Donald Glenn was on. Fantastic gentleman. He's incredible. He has like 4 degrees already. He's 30. But and we brought him in because we really want to be focused on inclusion. Because you just spoke on it. You know, you grew up in Arizona. You were here, and even you felt, okay, I'm still trying to make this home. I can't imagine how people from Portugal, Peru, Cuba, when they come here, and GCU recognized that we want to make this place feel home to everybody, whether it be me. I'm from California. I felt at home right away when I came here. But you know, for you were taking a little time. I can imagine those people that are coming from all these places. How much does it mean to you to know that GCU, you know, we don't do it perfect. Nobody does it perfect. But GCU is actively making strides to make this place feel like home for everybody.
Yeah, you know, I've heard a lot of like issues with people saying that GCU wasn't there yet, and then you saw those strides going in, like you said. And I'm not gonna lie, this is my 2nd year, and I didn't even have to attend half of these like clubs to actually be able to experience the like cultural aspect from a lot of the people. And I gotta say that while we're pushing for strides, yeah, you said it yourself, we're not perfect, but we're working on it. I mean, we got the new Diversity Alliance going on with all the other clubs going down there. So there's LSU, the Black Student Union. I don't want to like mess up their name, but it's with the indigenous people to help out with the Native Americans. And we even have the LGBTQ community and things like that. So it's a very big diversity program that's not just focused on minorities, but also diverse groups in general, whether it's your mentality, whether it's your ideology. And it's nice to see that they're attempting to breach out. And while it's still a work in progress, nonetheless, hopefully by my end of the 4 years, we can make that like actually shoot up.
And that's what we want here at GCU is we want to be making strides. We want to be making steps forward. We don't want to be going backwards. In GCU, and it stems from the top down. Brian Mueller, our president and CEO, he was very open about, I don't know how to do this. I'm not going to do this perfect. You know, but he was so ingrained in hearing from students. He wants to hear from people from our Black Student Union. He wants to hear from people that are from outside of our country that come to GCU for different reasons. Edgar, I want to transition it to when it comes to diversity on our campus and multicultural and inclusion. What are strides that you've seen, and just going from 1 year, your freshman year now to your sophomore year? What are some things you have seen that GCU is doing actively to promote diversity awareness on our campus?
Well, first off, I honestly didn't notice it too much my first semester of GCU, because that's when we were still building the multicultural office as a whole.
Absolutely.
But like this past month, with COVID even being as like harsh as it was, the multicultural office teamed up with Latino Student Union to actually form in a sense, celebration of life, Dia de los Muertos event, to kind of educate people on, rather than just see Coco and you assume that's the exact full thing, you know. We actually told people, tell us how you celebrate it in your culture. Some people told me there was an ofrenda table. Other people told me that they just ate around their people, around their friends. Some told us we danced. Some people told us they painted. So what did the multicultural office do with us? We literally got every single one of those into different booths and spread them all across, specifically in the Grove. And it's just amazing just to see that we're truly attempting to do it, and that's the biggest thing. It's at least we're trying. Yeah. And I do know there's a lot of campuses that say you are, but being somebody who has spoken with some of the people in LSU, I gotta say, I've heard some stories that there's other schools out there that they say they do it, at best they'll do is they'll give you a little bit of money and then like push you aside, you know. Yeah. GCU definitely gives you a spot to put your voice in, and I think that whole iron on iron thing that we talked about, it's a very big part because the individual matters here at GCU.
I like that. Every individual matters. Here at GCU, you're not just another number. You're not just another degree that we're shipping out to make our numbers look good. We want your experience to be as great as it can be. Whether you're coming from Mexico, whether you're coming from San Diego, California, whether you're coming from New York, whatever your background is, we want you to feel at home, because here at GCU, we want to be like Jesus, where no matter your background, no matter what you're struggling with, no matter what you do, you are loved, and we want you to feel loved. Final question for you, Edgar, before we show off our housing video. What are things that GCU, or not even what are things GCU is doing, but if somebody were to ask you, Edgar, if I come to this place, I don't look the way that most people look on this campus, I'm from a completely different culture on campus, will I feel loved and will I feel at home? What would you say to them?
Well, just speaking off of the Latino Student Union in general, like I said, it's that second family environment. We actually invite people who do not know how to speak Spanish. We invite people who feel that they're, in a sense, whitewashed, as a lot of people have been saying lately. And we invite anybody who's willing to attempt to learn. And that's not just us, that's the entire Diversity Alliance. So it is nice to say that no matter where you're coming from, you said it yourself, that we do align ourselves with like the Jesus mentality because it's a Christian university as is. But even if you don't believe fully, they accept you.
Yeah.
I've met people who are atheists. I've met people who are Catholic, Christians. We've had a few Muslims here too, and it's like it doesn't matter where you come from. The aspect is you're trying to strive for something.
Yep.
And like I said, we all have our own goals. Everybody comes from different areas, but in the end, we're just trying to get our degree, push forward, and then hopefully meet people like in the Canyons Angels and stuff that help us push not just that first step into the degree, but that second step that leads us into that career for our future.
Well, I love that. No matter what you do, no matter where you come from, GCU wants you to feel at home.
Yes.
This is a place for everybody. And a great way we do that is by providing fantastic housing. This is a great transition. Here we go. We're going to show off our housing video. Check it out.
Students at Grand Canyon University have a rich and vibrant residence life community. There are events throughout the year to make friends, give back to the community, and just have fun. There are 19 living areas offering students amenities such as pools, laundry, fitness centers, indoor and outdoor common areas, and the choice between suites and apartment-style living. The apartments such as Roadrunner or Diamondback provide accommodations for 2 or 4 students. The majority of floor plans even provide students with their own bedroom. In the 4-person floor plan, apartment residents enjoy sharing a kitchen, living room, and 2 bathrooms. The residence hall suites, such as Ocotillo, provide accommodations for 4 or 6 students split between 2 bedrooms. The suites are fully furnished and provide each student their own bed, desk, and dresser. They also include bathrooms, closets, and a furnished living room. Either choice provides you with a safe and comfortable environment to study, live, and have the time of your life. Each living area at GCU is an intentional community that helps promote relationships, servant leadership, and self-awareness. There are students serving as resident assistants to act as a resource and foster community. There are also life leaders to lead Bible studies and provide spiritual counsel. In addition to all of these great amenities in each building, living on campus means you're in walking distance of restaurants, coffee shops, athletic venues, and hundreds of events such as concerts, plays, and more. On-campus living at GCU is so much better than the residence hall experience at most universities. It's no wonder that over 2/3 of our students choose to live on our beautiful campus.
Isn't this the best place to live?
It really is.
This is
I definitely do like it.
Well, we're going to close talking about little campus living here. Edgar, just a little, we're going to talk for just a few moments before we wrap it up. Campus living, we saw, there's so many, there's events on campus in a safe environment. The dorms are beautiful. The apartments are beautiful. How's your time living on campus been in just your short year and a half?
I've experienced triple and double occupancy, and I can tell you, even living with 6 people or living with 4, or if you're in an apartment living on 1, you definitely do have that environment to turn it into your own little quarters. And we actually have like O-leaders. I don't know if we're doing that again soon, but the orientation leaders, it's actually how I met some of my, the people who actually got me into LSU. And yeah, you get that little family environment naturally going on, and it makes it so much easy. I told my family when I brought them in, I was telling you about this earlier, I took them on a tour, and it pretty much took me like 30 minutes. While these guys getting it just in an hour. Yeah. But it took me a while to get them all around campus. I showed them the housing, and I was just like, hey, this is its own little city.
It really is. And I promise you, having things like only having to share a bathroom with 1-2 people is incredible. And not, doing things like that, or, Annika said it, living above a Chick-fil-A. Those little things, you might laugh at it, they change your living experience on campus, and that impacts your college experience because it makes it more enjoyable. And when you're enjoying something, it makes it way more easier to get involved. And Edgar, you're a perfect example of that. Andrew Flowers, who was here with us earlier, such a perfect example of that. Final question. Why should people come to GCU?
Well, Andrew touched on people. I say opportunity. Yeah. You literally get everything. What you want a diverse place, go for it. I came to GCU, literally got an offer for 3 different internships as I came through. I'm not gonna lie. You obviously do have to put yourself out there. That's something, and Andrew touched on a little bit on how to get there. But nonetheless, you come here for the people. You come here for the opportunity. You get to build a new path with everything that you get to discover. I told you I found esports fun. I never thought I'd actually take video gaming that serious. So
I mean, truly, you come here to find your purpose.
You really do.
And truly do. That's a good plug. Hey, Seth Silversmith, we want to wish you a happy birthday. Go Lopes, we love you. Edgar Moreno, Latino Student Union President, thanks so much, buddy, for coming on. We appreciate you and all you're doing. We can't wait to see your success. Andrew Flowers, my man, you're great. We love you. Canyon Challenge and CCOB and Canyon Angels, you're doing great. We'll see you guys next month. Remember, if you guys have any process when it comes to admissions, talk to your university admissions counselor. Get you here, like Andrew said, come on a Discover trip, come on a Campus Tour Plus trip. We're doing them actively in a safe environment. We want you on this campus. With your admissions process, go check out our GCU Live tours that we have, our lives that we offer. We do college visits and college tours and all the things, and you'll see everything. We just want you to see our beautiful campus. And like Edgar said, it's not just for the people, but it's for the opportunity. So Edgar, thanks so much for coming. We'll see you next month. Go Lopes. See you soon.